Right.
Justin Fields, the guy who was the favorite as of a week ago to be that third overall pick. A report emerged yesterday from NFL media, and I'm going to pontificate in a second or two, not that anyone cares, about NFL media reporting this stuff out, even if teams know about it. Justin Fields has informed teams that he has epilepsy. He hasn't been affected by the condition on the field. Symptoms have been less frequent in recent years. Other members of his family have outgrown the condition in their 20s. Doctors believe that could be the case for Fields as well. I don't know where the line is when it comes to putting this stuff out there for public consumption. The teams already know, though. So it's not like it's going to hurt him
right
on draft day.
That's right.
It could explain. If he slides, it could help explain it. There's just something about it that bugs me when stuff like this gets out. And it's a shame that people's private medical condition becomes subject for public discussion and transaction and speculation. But I guess the argument would be it goes with the territory. When you're going to play a game that your availability on Sunday is a major aspect of your desirability to be drafted, then you kind of open that door. And the fact that Fields advised teams of that on his own would make it even more appropriate, I suppose, for it to be leaked and discussed. There's just something about it that doesn't sit right with me, Chris. Am I wrong?
No, I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, again, it is privacy of a player. It is a medical issue. And really, what I would really say more than anything, too, is it just seems more like propaganda piling on Justin Fields to me, which I don't like. And listen, I know I'm not the biggest fan of Justin Fields, the player, and I've been one of those guys to say I don't think he's a top 10 pick. That doesn't mean anything about the person or the guy I've seen. I mean, I hope he proves me wrong. But that's to me where I go, wait, okay, so he let everybody know you have epilepsy. Has he missed a game, or we've heard anything over the last 2 years that has affected him in his preparation for Ohio State? Absolutely not. We have not. Okay, so just leave it at that. It just seems like a little bit piling on a guy to me at this point. And I think that's what kind of bothers me. My best friend in college was epileptic. He played on the football team, Roderick Babers, right? He, had to deal with it. It was a pain in the butt a little, but it never affected his play or anything like that. It came about sometimes when he was stressed out or tired or things like that, but he managed it. He did. We had a few scares every now and then. We'd be sitting there playing Xbox, and, he would have a seizure, and, we'd be all freaked out or whatever else and try to help him and do all that type of stuff. But I think this sounds like something he's got under control, and I don't see it affecting his play or anything like that as we go on here.
Ohio State coach Ryan Day, who came out a couple of weeks ago when issues emerged about Justin Fields' commitment to the game, love of the game, etc., tweeted yesterday, Justin's health, toughness, and work ethic have never been an issue, and I'm incredibly proud of his professionalism and the character he displays on and off the field.
Yeah.
The fact that he never missed a game at Ohio State speaks volumes about how he takes care of himself. The good news this time around, Ryan Day didn't use that opportunity to speak
slander other people.
Who opted out last year. Yeah. He's found the right balance when it comes to supporting his players. But look, I've been doing this 20 years now. It doesn't just fall out of the sky randomly when reporters get this information a week before the draft. Someone who knows it and someone who should be protecting it, even if all 32 teams know it. All 32 teams know the Wonderlic scores, but that doesn't stop someone with an agenda from leaking the bad ones. Or in this case, someone with an agenda leaking that Justin Fields acknowledged that he has epilepsy. That's what bothers me about it, because somebody's up to something in putting this out. And all too often, we in the media, and specifically the NFL, which has its own media conglomerate, is willing to soak that up and spit it all back out to the world under the guise of doing what the media is supposed to do.
Yeah.
That's what bothers me, because they're trafficking in medical information that should be private. And I know there's a public nature to being an NFL quarterback. And again, all 32 teams know about it. But what bothers me, Chris, is I feel like someone, for whatever reason, wanted this to get out. a week before the draft.
Yeah, or
It's
yeah,
out.
I don't disagree. Wanted to get it out, or more to me that it jumps out. I would say from my stance of just going somebody who's just real thirsty and hungry to get attention by putting something out. Like again, I have information. I talk to people in the NFL. You know that. I got friends. I know some of these guys' Wonderlic scores and all those things. You know, we just talk about football. And it's, oh, hey, did you know? Yeah, well, he tested this way or he did this. And, you know, you're just talking about the guy. And, yeah, I know some of these things about these players behind the scenes, but I'm not sitting here trying to, you know, blurt it out to the public or do anything like that. So, yeah, I think it's one, probably maybe intended, two, also somebody in the media that's just like, wait, we were talking about Justin Fields, and, you know, the guy brought up, you know, the area scout or whatever, hey, you know, he's epileptic too. That's another thing that's to worry about. And, you know, now that reporters, hey, nobody's put that out there, and they're thirsty to get that out there and get the attention and everything like that way too. So, yeah, it bothers me a little too, Mike. I'm with you. There's no doubt about it. But I don't think it's going to be a game changer as far as his draft stock, him dropping, or anything like that, you know, in a week from now.
Yeah, but I think we've hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
There's just something about it that just it's a tough call. And I fear that the people who traffic in this from a media standpoint never bother to stop and think, is this what I should be doing?
Right.
They just do it because there's that constant pressure. Be first. Get information. Have something someone else doesn't have, and you never stop and think whether it's something that you should. And I've been there. I've done it. I've learned. I've grown over the years. Listen, we used to put out the Wonderlic numbers. We don't anymore. And if something like this had fallen into my lap, I'd like to think that I would have said, you know what, I'm not comfortable reporting this. Let someone else do it, but I'm not going to do it.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.